Yeah.
On that crack block, on that inside block to that safety, just like you drew it up.
Runnels with the field goal, 15-play, 58-yard drive, 30-yard field goal, as Ryland now puts that deep into the end zone for a touch 35. And the Santan Ford scoring drive was in by Santan Ford to Gilbert, Santan Ford to the Arizona Cardinals PR. Santan Ford about that.
Gotta work on our defense.
As the under the radar list. You know, the kids say low key. Um, do they still say low key? Jonah Williams, work with me, Sam. Jonah Williams, right tackle, ahead of the curve in his return from the knee injury. Look, only pencil neck never played offensive line, but I can tell you this: when Jonah Williams was at right tackle a year ago, the Cardinals were much better as an offense.
Correct. You go back to his time in Cincinnati with the Bengals. I mean, he's an outstanding player. The issue was the injury last season. And he is ahead of the curve recovering from that injury. They saw him work out a little bit in OTAs that got them excited. So I'm excited for him at that right tackle position for Kyler Murray.
To the air, Cam Miller underneath. This is big tight end. Albert.
15 points.
6'5", 258, year number 6 for him. The other guy put on the under radar list, and you always taken about, look, I put some of the rookies on there, Will Johnson, Jordan Birch, like breakout and Mike Trade. Regular season football is not preseason football. I get it. If you can easily get false positives in August and don't very in September, but he's a proven guy. Just 3 years ago at a 1,200-yard receiving season, Zay Jones. Now, last year, as the first 6 games, just never got in sync, never was a big part of the offense. You saw him in the final 2 games. He was really productive last year. He picked off, jumping around on Cam Miller for the Cardinals. Darren and Paul, not a surprise, had won nearly 2 interceptions in the preseason opener, and he nearly closed the preseason with another one.
Hey, put him on one of your lists. I don't care. Pick a list here. Put him on right. Get spit out right now. Because Darren Hall's a playmaker. He had that interception in week 1, nearly had a second one. He's just always around the ball, not afraid to take a risk to make a list.
Wow, there you go. San Nacho officially in regular season. Miller will jump pass as the pocket was collapsing. Gets into the receiver.
Well, I can say this. If AOC never touched the field, if AOC never touched the field, AOC never touched the field, we would have been okay. It's funny because there's these other clowns and I don't know, they think they cool or it's funny because if you've never touched a football field, I don't think you should have any type of opinion. But
Bam Knight. Bam Knight more is kind of explosive, but Michael Carter's got this sense of shiftiness to him that makes him different than other backs.
Yeah, he was bottled up and taking a mistake. Had a big shot player in the game. DJ Dallas, the running back, went two under center. Midfield and DJ Dallas.
nowhere. Ain't going nowhere.
Top team for League Two has one career start in year three. Jacoby Brissett has 53 career starts. He's played in more than 80 games. He's in year 10. Jacoby Brissett has looked excellent. There's no doubt about it. He has 3 touchdown passes in 5 possessions this preseason. Kyler Murray, Cardinals franchise quarterback, entering years two. Look, the top 3, top 5 run teams in the NFL based on whatever analytical metric you want to use. Now, where they're in the bottom of offenses, we're in the chunk. And so, with that in mind, you get the downfield passing game elevated, namely Michael Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., and tonight's impact player.
Our defense is horrible. But maybe when the season starts, we'll be a whole lot better. Our defense is our defensive line is decent. The new one. Yeah, our secondary is suspect. So bad. Oh, God. I predicted 6-1 bye. I don't know. Here we go. So we fired the first one, lost the second one. And we got less than 2 minutes to win this one. Final 2 minutes of the third preseason.
In the moment, make the most of every rep, of every play, because you never know when it's going to be your last. Raiders offense has been bottled up in the second half as Cam Miller running for his life, gets the ball into the far flat, makes him miss, and out of bounds. Real Uno. The Raiders in the second half had 62 total yards and 4 first downs. Sam, I had this conversation with A.Q. Shipley, the new radio analyst, last week, radio booth, and he said, look, there were years I went into the final preseason game, and my biggest decision was what flavor of sunflower seeds I was going to eat. And a lot of years I went into the final preseason game, and it's going to be a boy in 48 hours. I mean, you keep that as well. I mean, I'm ultimate year in the NFL. I guess it was my last year in the NFL. I spent training camp with the Buffalo Bills, and in my mind, it felt like I knew it was towards the end. Yeah, playing in that game, the last game in the fourth quarter, and I remember missing a sack that I knew I could have made. And a few days later, I got that phone call and ended up getting released on my birthday. And for whatever reason, I did feel a sense of peace because I knew there was more to come. Second down and 10. Receiver, basic catch.
Let's go, boys.
don't make it on this team or another team, it's not like their life ends at football. There's so much more that they will do with their futures. That's the exciting part about being as great as you start the preseason.
There's Campbell sitting way out in the middle, almost picked off by Jones right there in coverage. I mean, no other
Cam
example.
is just trying to do anything he can.
Times said that's part of my story. That's part of my journey. That's what helped turn me into the player I am today. So, to your point,
Just wasting time.
Things don't go your way in life. Don't run from that adversity. Embrace it because it can make you the person that you were meant to be. Look, year 3, Monty and JG resetting this roster. Oh, and a big hit. Raiders tight end is dumped. There are going to be players, legit NFL players, cut from this Cardinals final 53 will latch on elsewhere. That's how much better the talent level is. This point, 3 drafts, 28 draft picks. Like, that's going to be a first. It's going to be the first time Bonnie Austin Ford, the GM, and Jonathan Gannon, the head coach, have had to cover one of the draft picks in the Arizona Cardinals. Correct. And some of those names, and Elijah Jones, the guy who's made a case for himself to stay on this team. The guy they drafted last year but was injured. Darren Hall has made a case for himself to find whether this team or another team. These guys will land on their feet.
Down it. Xavier Thomas is there. Jenkins helps clean him up. And his team, to nearly the very last snap,
Is stating his case. There's another name, a guy who's been on the roster, but he's trying to make a name for himself.
Raiders tight end.
How about XT? Not just him, but a bunch of those guys are tired on that defensive line. You're playing all these reps.
Pass interference. Defense number 26. It's a good point. In the regular season, there's much more of a rotation, isn't there?
Not here, not here. You said you wanted reps. Hey, here you go. It's time to catch your breath and catch that second win.
So,
Previous plays up the review.
the indications are that was not a catch.
Again, this is where
Get help on the bottom.